Hi everyone and welcome here to my channel. For this week video I decided to make something different. I'm going to be making a series all about flat panels for you guys. So if you guys couldn't learn flat panels yet, I'm going to try and teach you all the tips and tricks that I use to make panels with really nice edges like this one. Okay, so what is a flat panel, guys? Flat panel is a piece of fabric, piece of knitted fabric that you make on your knitting machine using less needles than the total amount of needles that you use to make tubes. So you're gonna work back and forth on your machine and create single layer knitted pieces. So what are they used for? They are used for garments, and that's what I basically make on my channel. It is sweaters, cardigans, summer tops. I have this one here to show you guys. That's the last one and I love this color. I made this top here only on this knitting machine. I also use my Adi 46 and my Adi 40. Okay, so this tutorial, you can be using the same tutorial for any machine you have at home. The only thing that really changes is the tension pieces, but the needles and how you position the yarn on the needles doesn't change. Don't skip this part because I want to say something very important. I have a Facebook group as well, and there's a lot of people asking there how to make panels because they're struggling and this and that. So I decided to make this series. The first video now, today, I'm going to be showing exactly how I make and a few things that I think other videos forget to talk about that I think they're really important for you to get the panels right. I'm going to be showing you as well. And at the end of this video, I'm going to give you an exercise for you to make a panel. If after this exercise you still have problems, I want you to comment in this video. Leave me your comment and say what you're struggling with, because I'm going to answer on the very next video, which is going to be around Monday. So make sure you ask your questions in this video, because on the next video I'm going to be try and answer most of them. Okay, so it's very important that you guys follow this. It's gonna be around maximum 20 minutes video. And then if you got your panel right, I want you to leave me a message as well. I want to try and make everyone work out this panel thing at the end of this video, okay? Basically, so you guys can make all my tutorials as well, because it's a game changer to be able to make your own garments at home. And with these machines, they're so portable as well. One thing that I want to say, use a yarn that you are comfortable with making beanies already. I'm using double knit today. Double knit's perfect for this because it goes like butter on the machine, okay? So you won't have problems with that. Don't add one more problem to the problem you already have, okay? So, what else I have to say? Panels are also good for economy. Like if you, let's say you're making a blanket, you're not gonna make the blanket double, you're gonna make it single layers, so you're gonna use less, half of the yarn that you would use making tubes. And as well, it's much better for shaping clothes. Like it's a very big difference making a sweater using tubes and making a sweater using flat panels, okay? Also you can, like this, you can shape garments, decrease stitches, increase stitches as well. I have all these videos in my channel if you want to have a look, okay? So let's get started with this, guys. I'm gonna show you exactly how I make my panels and how you can make yours as well. I'm gonna try and change the angles of the camera so you guys can properly see how I position my yarn every time I make an edge, okay? Two more things that I want to say before we start this panel is row counters. They do work on the panel mode. That was one question that I actually had prior to buy this one. So when I tried this one, I realized it does work. And then another thing that I want to say is that no matter what I do, I always work on the tube mode. I don't even use this button here at all. But I'm going to explain along the way how you control without using the panel mode and why I don't use the panel mode. Now clamp your machine to the table, whatever way you do at home, and let's cast on the first row. I want to show you from here so you can see my hands while I do it. Now to cast on, we're gonna cast on exactly how we cast on for the tube mold. We're gonna put the yarn inside this first needle here, and I think I'm going to unclip this. Okay, so to cast on, what we are going to do is this, inside the first needle. As you can see, it's inside there. And then on the back of the second peg and in front. So on the back, in front, exactly how we do on the tube mold. I'm going to go all the way to needle 45. Okay, here's needle 45. Why 45? Because we need these 3 needles to work the edges. Let's say you work all the way to the white one. When this one makes the stitch, the white one is gonna drop the stitch. And you can try if you want, just make a test there, but that's what's gonna happen. So in any circular knitting machine you have, you always need 3 empty needles for the edges work, okay? And then after this, the yarn's underneath this piece here, I call lip, nook, whatever you wanna call. The yarn's underneath there, and then I put my yarn inside the yarn guide. Now, what I want you to do is just getting used to work with your fingers, okay? And what you're gonna do is just hold the yarn like this. I like this actually, that's the way I hold the yarn. And the reason is because I like, and this is my best tip, I think, my best advice for panel work, you always need to apply some tension on the yarn when you are making the edge. And that's why I think a lot of people get it wrong, because people don't really do that. And I see people with edges that are really loose because of this, okay? And that's something people don't really show on the other videos. So I use like this, let the yarn run through my fingers just without tension during the row. And I apply a little tension on the beginning, okay? So once the yarn's there, what's gonna do, it's gonna pull a bit, as you can see, because my finger is here, it's gonna pull a bit, and then it's not gonna look loose at the end here. And then slowly make the row. The yarn's just sliding through my hands. I'm not applying any tension on the yarn, okay? Okay, getting here, make sure the yarn, the position is just like this, like it is here. And then again, I go one further, so the yarn goes underneath this piece here. Apply some pressure with your finger, like I'm pulling here. And then check if this loop is down on the bottom. The loop before has to be down on the bottom of the needle. And then make the row. Okay, just let the yarn slide through your fingers. And here, so here, that's the first mistake that people do, is see how the yarn loop is right on the top of the needle. Every time this happens, and this might happen during the course of your work, it can happen anytime, okay? So you have always to pay attention, and once this happens, just put it down on the bottom right there, right at the very bottom of the needle, before you make the stitch. Now see the other side here coming up. This is the reason why we can't make the stitches side by side, because we need this tree to work, to actually put the yarn down underneath here before we make our way back, okay? So now I'm making my way back. The loop I'm going to work next is down there on the bottom. If it's not, just put it down, and then apply some tension with your finger, this one, pull it a bit. See, you can even pull a bit after, because it's gonna slide through, not too much, because otherwise you're gonna have too much tension. And then make the roll. Okay, the loop from before is right down the bottom. It's perfect because this yarn is also really easy to work with. I'm going further here, and now I'm going to make my way back. Pay attention to my finger. Pull it. And then make the first stitch. One more time, guys. I think I dropped a stitch there. Well, see, I just passed through this edge here. So what I can do to fix this is simply go back a bit, put this down, put the next yarn inside the peg, and then put the yarn there, go on further, and just make my way back, pulling the yarn again with my finger. And this is how I work the tension, okay? Now I'm gonna show you, just so you see a little panel for us to work as well, the tension. And then I'm gonna show you another trick that I have. If you heard about the edge stoppers? Well, if you have, I'm gonna show you in this very next exercise. Now another question you might have is, can you make a panel anywhere on the machine? Yes, you can. I like, and that's why I don't use the panel mode, because the panel mode won't allow me to start on needle 1. So because I like to start on needle 1 to keep count of the number of stitches when I'm making the creases like that, I like to start on needle 1 so I know how many I increased and everything. So this is the reason why I never use the panel mode of my machine. So before we go to the next exercise, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you get notified when I post the second episode of this panel making series, which is gonna be troubleshooting. So you're gonna make the next exercise, you're gonna ask me the questions you have if you couldn't make it, and then in this next episode I'm gonna be answering all your questions, just to make sure every one of you will be able to make panels at the end. Let's do this challenge, guys. You can make it. And yes, you can cast on anywhere in your knitting machine. If you are making, like, let's say an I-cord or something like that, I'm gonna quickly show you how to make an I-cord, which is a very little panel. So we're going to cast on, and that's the exercise as well for this weekend for you guys. Do this exercise, and I want you to leave me a comment if you have any issues with that I'm going to answer on the next video, okay? So inside the first needle, on the back, inside on the back, and this is our panel. 5 stitches only to make an I-cord. Now make your way back, make sure again the yarn's underneath there and inside the needle, inside the yarn guide. And then work just like we did before. Stop here. Make your way back. Pull this a bit in the first few rows, so it's right on the bottom, like pull this. It tends to go up in these first 2 rows, okay, like this one. Because it's a loop around it, it tends to go up like this. One further, make your way back. Now, if you are not sure, I have a little good trick for that. If you're not sure when to make your way back, what you can use is the edge stoppers, and a lot of people ask if you can use the edge stoppers, and yes, you can. You're gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4 after, and you're gonna put it just like this. Okay, so I have here 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to add the other one. Just one thing that's gonna happen is gonna come out. It will let you go through, but this is just for you to remember that you actually have to stop here, okay? So I'm going to use them, and then next after this, I'm gonna show you something else. Okay, so make your way back, stitch inside the needle, loop underneath right on the bottom. Again, see? Once it's in this position here, you need to stop. And then make your way back. Now, if you don't have the adi stoppers, I'm gonna show you something else that I was looking at my tools at home, and I bought these little pegs here. They're really cute pegs. So what I did was I just put a peg here. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, put a peg there. You can even put a peg. I think it's better this way. Just put these little pegs, and can even be clamped, so I think paper clips, maybe. Maybe a paper clip would work, let's see. I haven't tried with a paper clip yet. Maybe I think it might be too big. Yeah, it's a bit too big, so... Yeah, these little pegs, they're perfect for this. They're kids pegs. Okay, so you know you have to stop right here. And then make your way back. See, stop right there, just before the peg, and make your way back. Stop before the peg. And so this is our exercise for today, guys. Make sure you do this. Let me know how did you go. If you could make it, I would really love to know your comments, because I want to know how many people that I helped with this tutorial here. And then in a few days, I'm going to make another video just answering all your questions, okay? So leave me in the comments, leave me your question, let me know what you are struggling with, and I'll answer in this next video that's gonna come up early next week, okay? And if you didn't access this live, if you didn't see before these next few days, make sure you drop a comment anyway, because then I can keep answering in following videos after this. So here is our I-cord. These I-cords you can cinch like this, and you can use on clothing. I have used before and they work super fine as well, okay? So thank you all for watching, guys. I see you in the next video in 2 or 3 days, okay?